It's Tuesday, August the 24th, King of the Mountain State Show. I'm Chase Hill. We're talking with a lot of the guys who are competing this Saturday. One of my favorites, I'd be lying if I said he wasn't, is the Boone County boy. He's grown up there. I'm familiar with him. He's heavy-handed. He's been an MMA champ. The Boone County boy, Brandon Boggs.
Thanks for having me.
Man,
I appreciate it.
I tell you what, I've known you for a while. Always enjoy getting a chance to sit down and talk with you. I saw you play some football there at Scott, and you guys did good. Before we get started talking boxing, tell the fans a little bit about where you're born, living, all that kind of stuff, how old you are.
Mud River, pretty much all my life. Boone County, been in Boone County my whole life. Love it here, love the people. Different breed from around here. And usually I don't do stuff like this, so Chase, show me a beer out of
it. At least one. I tell you what, man, I've lived across the country. I went to college in Iowa and Marshall and live in Florida now and stuff. And it's funny when you meet people and you ask them like, where are you from? They normally tell you a state, or they normally tell you a city or a town, but we don't. When somebody asks me where I'm from Boone County. So it's funny how that plays out. So before getting into boxing and stuff, I know you played football there at Scott. Y'all had a pretty good run. Your athleticism for a big guy, that it really is evident. Tell me a little bit about playing football there.
You don't have to. You can call me a fat guy. I don't get.
Well, you're a big guy. You're a big guy.
I've always loved contact, especially with the ladies. But I'm tied down now. But I just always loved contact sports. You know, football was the first sport that I got into, and then when I started boxing, I was like, man, there's no pads. You're just all out. You and another man, may the best man win. It was just awesome. Fell in love with it right off the bat.
And you've done great with it. I mean, I know we joke about being country and all that kind of stuff, but like you started off, you fought in USA boxing and really picked up some skill there, and it still shows today. Tell me about the USA boxing days.
I started training with Greg Dillon and Bill Browning at what's now Primal MMA. I trained for like 2 weeks, and they said, hey, you want to fight in a boxing match? And I was like, yeah. 2 weeks in, they said, you've done really great with the little bit of time you've been here. Let's see what you can do in the ring. I got my ass whooped, but it was a good learning experience, and I'm here now. I mean, they was just pretty much introducing me to the rawness of the sport and, getting me ready for to see if it was really something I wanted to do. And, 13, 14 years later, I'm here.
Bill Browning, there's a story about him. There's a guy, and I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but there was a guy that like everybody was afraid of and was an absolute massive dude, played football collegiately and all that kind of stuff. And he kept on and on about him and Bill. And they finally went at it down there at Greg Dillon's place, and Bill got the best of him and was awesome. So Bill's he's a good guy to have around. Now, what about sparring and stuff like that? Have you been able to get some work in there with some of the guys?
Mike Watts, he's a big guy, powerful. He just had a kickboxing match 2 months ago. Mopped the floor with the guy, and then Zach Gillenwater, he helped me out a lot. I was always more familiar with karate and stuff, but he showed me a lot of boxing techniques and stuff that's helped me out a whole lot. So I want to give a shout out to Gillenwater for helping me. And he's fast too. So if I can touch him, then I can touch these heavyweights.
Yeah. So speaking of that, let's go to round one. I reached out to you and thought this would be something you do really well because you've got the boxing background, big guy. And then the way the tournament plays out, you don't really know who you're fighting. and that never bothered you. Like you never at any point wanted to know necessarily who you were going to be fighting or anything. What's it take to have the mentality to sign up for something that you know's the best of the best and you don't even know who you're fighting?
It's just it's simple. It's not that hard really. If you're going to fight, if you're going to compete in a combat sport, then you should fight any man that God created or not any at all. I mean, if you're not willing to step in and go toe to toe with anybody, then this ain't the sport for you.
Well, I can safely say that I know you have never dodged anybody, and we're glad to have you to be a part of this. Let's go to round one. We do the random lottery draft. You were there. Alex was there whenever we did the draft over there in Logan, and not at the same time, but you get matched up with Alex Davis, another guy that's did some MMA stuff, a big guy, athletic guy, and you were able to pretty much control him from the get-go. Your boxing, knocking his jab down, different stuff that I saw that a lot of people maybe didn't expect the Boone County boy to have in the toolbox, and you did it. Tell me a little bit about round one, how that went.
Well, first, I want to give a shout out to Alex because he is tough. I mean, a lot of guys I don't think would have got up. He got up a couple of times, so I want to give a shout out to his toughness.
Well, and you have finished a lot of guys, and Alex had plenty of opportunities to get out of that fight, and he stuck right in there. He really fought tough. Tell me about
nothing but respect for him.
Tell me a little bit about the styles. What did you see early on? Where was the openings? What did you decide to do?
Well, he was throwing that jab out. He was overextending it, and by the time it was in my face, I could just walk through it, and I could counter it with an overhand. I could come up over the top of the straight or like a shovel hook underneath. And then I just started putting combos together. I didn't want to blow my wad right off the bat, but once I started putting combos together, I had it figured out. I mean, I had the precision beats power and timing beats speed. So,
well, you did. You had it figured out early and stuck with it. And as the fight went on, you definitely had control of them. Props to Alex, but you definitely controlled that fight from beginning to end. Moving forward, now we're going into round two. Bobby Freshness was a winner. He dropped down in weight class. A spot was there. We went to the ABA amateur rankings. Jeremy Browning, who had controlled all of his fight and won it, got caught with a big punch, ended up being knocked out of the night, going out cold. He wanted back into this thing, felt like he left something on the table. It's tough when you're winning a fight and something like that happens. Now, when you said Mud River, for the people that don't understand, there's like a big creek that separates Boone County and Lincoln County. My brother and I used to joke about it because both school buses went up our holler, Lincoln County and Boone County. We used to say some people just raised on the wrong side of the creek, Boone County, Lincoln County. It's a big rivalry. It's not very far from Huntington. I'm sure it's going to be a rowdy crowd. A lot of people know both you guys. He's the assessor in Lincoln County. And so going into this matchup, how do you see this one playing out, if any different?
Jeremy's a hell of a guy, and right now he's dangerous. Going out the way he did in the first round, dominating, and he just gets caught. He was winning until he wasn't. So right now he's probably a dangerous matchup just because he has something to prove. And another thing I just want to throw out and say, I don't have any beef with muscular, bald-headed guys. Alex was a bald-headed, muscular. Jeremy, he's built like a brick shit house, and he's bald-headed. I don't have no beef with muscular, bald-headed guys.
Well, and if you win and Gary Rowland wins, the way the brackets matched up, you'd have him next, another big muscular bald guy. So you might be onto something there. Man, it's always good talking with you. Thanks for taking time to do this. Anything else before we wrap it up that you need to get out there?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to the best beer, the oldest damn brewery in America. 1829, established, Yingling.
You might be onto a sponsor there.
hopefully they'll see this and
Start giving you some of it back, maybe.
yeah,
There
or
you
at
go.
least beer. Let me start a time.
You know, it's good to be a heavyweight. You know, you get to kind of eat and do what you want. It's good to be a heavyweight. Man, awesome performance in round one. You and Jeremy together, it has to be awesome. Who knows what's going to happen? I'm excited about it. I will be sitting down watching that fight. I won't be working. I'll be sitting down watching it. I'm happy for you guys. Tickets are available now online at kingofwv.ticketleap.com. We'll be live streaming it at combatsportsnow.com. For the Boone County fans, Zach Gillenwater's on the same card. He'll be in that light heavyweight. I know he's one of your boys. So it's going to be a big night. Should be a good crowd. I look forward to it. Great fights. It's this Saturday. We're just 4 days away. Man, keep yourself healthy. Get a good night's rest the night before, and we'll see you Saturday down in Huntington.
I'd like to give a shout out to my smoking hot fiance.
Absolutely.
She's camera shy. I've tried to get her in front of the camera too many times over the years.
It's about time for that baby to wake up. How old's the baby now? Yeah.
Just got done with her second day of preschool.
They grow up fast, man. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to her too. Reagan Cage Boggs. You'll be seeing her in about 5 years.
Yeah. We'll have to get her in one of them amateur boxing programs. Yeah. She's got the right genetics, that's for sure. All right, buddy.
Well, thanks for having me, man. And I guess I'll see you Saturday night.
All right. It should be a fun one, man. I'll see you Saturday.